Our next contestant, Dan Winward. Love. Oh, yes. Love. Dan Winward. Another clap.
Okay. Love. What the heck do I know about love? Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. So then, I ask, if I don't know heck about love, then why should you sit there listening to me speak about it for the next 7.5 minutes? Does that sound like a reasonable question to you, Denise? Yes, it is. Well then, do you enjoy listening to speeches where the speaker gives some personal information, some personal story about their life? Do you enjoy listening to speakers that have a definite meaning and purpose to their speech? Do you enjoy listening to speakers where there may be some drama, some excitement, and even a surprise in their speech? Yes, yes, yes. And Jay, do you like listening to a speaker who uses the title of your book, Sometimes We Have to Step Out of the Parade? Yes, thank you. And so it is that I am giving a speech on love. Love is awesome. Love is our grandest of emotions, but all emotions are good and useful to us. The Apostle Paul once said that faith was the most powerful force on earth. But later Jesus Christ said, and I'll quote, that love was more powerful than faith. And in fact, I'll quote, if a man has so much faith that he can move mountains and has not love, then it is for naught. They say it is better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. 1.3. Earlier this winter, I spent a couple weeks in the high desert, oldest town city in the United States, Santa Fe, New Mexico. I was visiting a young lady I met this summer, and she's an artist, and we had a marvelous time. Our communication was the best I ever had with anyone in my life. We talked about going mountain biking and biking, and as soon as I got there, I went and rented a mountain bike, and we rode a lot. We rode in the historic town. We rode in the desert. We rode in the mountains. We rode under the stars above, and we rode in the bright sunshine. And this particular day was to be no exception. We were planning on going on another bike ride. We were getting all our gear together, our backpack, sunscreen, sunglasses, even another jacket because it gets very cold when the sun's not shining there because it's in a high altitude. Well, just before we were ready to leave, I decided I'd go to the bathroom one more time and ran down the hallway towards the bathroom. And just as I was entering, she left her bedroom and we just passed each other for a moment. I went into the bathroom and I closed the bathroom door and I noticed a glare, a golden light, like sunlight, shining across the mirror in the bathroom. And at first I looked back at the door to make sure it was closed and there was no light coming in. And then I checked there was another door and it was also closed and no light was coming in. So I assumed that the glare would be gone, but it was not. There it was in the mirror, right in front of me, right where my face was. And I moved and followed. And it was still there. The side of my head was glowing right there. And it was so strange. I had never saw myself like this before. And I just looked, I was staring in the mirror at myself, smiling like, what is this? I was thinking, was it perhaps the leafy green salad that we had for lunch every day? Or was it the organically grown mango and banana smoothie that we had for breakfast every morning? Was it the cool, crisp air of that area, or perhaps being closer to the sun. It was none of these. It was in fact that moment ago when we passed each other briefly in the hallway, when we smiled at each other on the inside. I ran out of the bathroom to tell her. I said, "Guess what happened?" And I told her, and she smiled and said, "Yes, I've seen that a couple times." Wow. Wow. But you know, forget about all that New Age thought, tofu, alien crap out there. We're right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of the world champion Pittsburgh Steelers, where there's real people, us. And this is where I heard knocking on my door. Love wanted in. Love wanted in, and I thought if I just ignored it, it would go away. And it did for a while, but it came back. This time, it wanted in, and it was pounding on my door, and it kept pounding. And it kept getting louder and louder until it was pounding in my chest. And that's when I realized it was not love trying to get in. It was trying to escape from me. Love needed to be free. It needed to be let go. We have to release our love. You know, whenever we are at the height of intimate relations, we see our partner as perfect. Time stops and we see the world as perfect. For that brief moment, and maybe longer if you choose, everything is perfect. And what is it that they say about this? They say, oh, it was drunk with passion, or it was blinded by love. But what I say is, it is only for that period of time that we're actually seeing the world as it truly is. And your partner truly is perfect. The same way you were created. Perfect. And it's about this time that some people might start feeling a little nervous about the time. I see some people nodding. Maybe wondering what the surprise is. Well, I'll tell you what the surprise is. The surprise is that this speech was written to go over time. This speech is going to lose today and will not go on. You see, that leads me to my meaning of the speech. The point of the speech is this. Unless we are willing to lose, we can never truly win at anything, including love. And now that we got that out of the way, we can just collectively have a sigh of relief and listen to my closing. I worked construction, and about a month ago I got called back to work, so I went over to Giant Eagle at Edgewood Town Center and bought some supplies. And while I was shopping, I picked up some of this Snapple tea. Because they say it's made from the freshest stuff on earth, or what is it? It's made from the greatest stuff on earth. So I like to be healthy, so I bought it, and besides that, it was on sale. A few days later, whenever I opened my Snapple tea, there was something written on the cap. There were 2 words. It said, "Try again." You see, I was unaware that Snapple was having a contest. So at first I thought perhaps I had not opened my tea properly, but I had. And I even did the vacuum thing on top. So then I thought that perhaps it was Snapple that was trying to give me a personal, motivational, or inspirational message. Daniel, get out there and try again. And now for the big close. Snapple, all the best stuff on earth on the inside, and hope on top. Contest shirt.